Welcome to the 2016 Common Core English Language Arts Test, Book 3 for Grade 4. And my goal is to familiarize you in a very brief way, not very comprehensive right now, but to give students and parents an overview as to the types of questions and reading passages and exercises they'll be facing on this exam. And these are release questions from 2016. So we've done some in Book 1, in Book 2, and now in Book 3. Now in Book 3, again, you'll be asked to read and to respond. And here is a passage called The Kite Fighters. And students will have to make their way through this. Notice this is a pretty long passage, and I think it has some sophisticated vocabulary in there also. Okay, words like shrugged. Students would have to know what shrug means. Okay, reeled in, tweak. Okay, again, they're not SAT words, but these are words that students need to be familiar with through various levels of reading. The word huddled, for example, is a very interesting term. Huddled. Okay. All right, so now let's go back and take a look at some of the questions. Well, what do they want the student to do with that? Well, take a look at question 35. What is the main idea of paragraphs 7 through 9 of the Kite Fighters? And then use two details from the story to support your response. So students will have to know how to locate the topic sentences or the main ideas of paragraphs, to capture the flow of the thought of the paragraph, and then to articulate that using details from the story itself. All right. So now, which character trait helps young Sup fly the kite? Again, use two details from the story to support your response. So you see, there's a constant saying support your response. Here's another tale, beware of frogs. Okay. And now in Book 3, again, what feeling is created? Let's write about this. Use two details to support your response. They're asking the students to write in response to the passage and to be specific, using evidence to support those answers. Okay, another passage, looking out for lizards. In this passage again, support your response with two details. Now students are going to be asked to write about the articles together. So you see, both articles focus on animals that need help. And why do these animals need help? How is the help these animals need similar and different? Compare and contrast. In both articles, use details from both articles to support your response. So this really requires students to read the articles carefully, because they're going to have to now compare those articles and summarize them in a way, really synthesize their ideas and see what's similar and what's different between these articles. Notice how lengthy this real, I would say, an essay has to be as the students write, and now they're going to use details from both articles. Keep in mind, it says here in your response, be sure to explain why the animals need help in both articles, explain what is similar and different, and use details. We have to teach our students, got to get your kids ready by saying, hey, pay attention to this criteria and respond in that way. Again, this is all very similar to what they'll see on later exams like the Regents and ACT and SAT. So this whole line of thinking is preparatory for that type of testing. You may not be a fan of testing. I certainly am not. Not like this. Not at how incredible our testing burden is. But this is a reality our kids have to face, and they've got to do well on these tests. So I hope this preview has helped you some. In other videos, I'm going to actually show you how students should be responding to these types of questions and what are the best or the most accepted responses and what the test takers are actually looking for.